Are you ready?
I've been ready.
Don't give me any of your crap.
Come on, we're wasting people's time.
Hi there. Thanks for diving into Two Peas, Same Pod, the humorous podcast of family unity that proves we're all in this comedic roller coaster of life together. Here are your hosts, the father and daughter duo, Eric and Tovah Weinstein.
Hello and welcome to Two Peas.
Same pod.
I'm your co-host, Eric Weinstein.
The old man.
Thank you.
And I'm the other co-host, Tovah Weinstein.
We're gonna
the younger daughter.
The young daughter. But now we're going to start referring to you, I think, as TP. T-PEA. Like sort of T-Pain, but TP.
I'm TP.
You are TP. Welcome. It's been a couple of weeks.
Has it?
And yeah, we didn't record last week because it was Thanksgiving. So we can talk a little bit about Thanksgiving. But if you haven't joined us before, we're a father-daughter podcast. Basically about everything. We have 3 segments. One is called World Peas, where we talk about what's going on in pop culture across the world.
Mainly Dancing with the Stars.
Yes, but the season has ended, so we'll have to talk about that. And then we'll pick up with some new stuff next week. Then we have another segment called Peas Are Family.
Peas are family. Hey. Come on.
That's our usual tribute to Sister Sledge. And then we end with Peas of Information, where I throw some hot questions at Tovah and get even hotter answers. Why don't we move right into our first segment, World Peas?
Okay. Dun 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 dun.
Just to wrap up the season, we'll do a little recap. The finals were the Tuesday night before Thanksgiving, which were 9 days ago. I'm just trying to orient people to time and space.
Okay.
So,
but they're not going to be hearing it today. So
our fans are demanding.
So we should do a nice, clean-cut episode, Tovah.
I get emails, text messages, phone calls all the time.
From who, Grammy?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, and Aunt Michelle?
Yes, asking where our episodes are.
Okay.
So I am definitely going to
I love that. We have such big fans. And we even have 2 major fans I would like to just shout out before we get into it. Spotify Wrapped did come out this past...
But hold on. Can you explain to me what Spotify Wrapped is?
Spotify Wrapped comes out the beginning of December. They analyze just like what you listen to, who you listen to, the genre, the songs, like your most popular songs, your most played songs, how many minutes you listen, and how many podcasts. They analyze all of it. And so Bridget and Tallulah, shout out, sent me their Spotify Wrapped or Apple Music, because now they do it. And Two Peas Same Pod was Bridget's #1 podcast. Shout out for Geetha. And then Tallulah's second.
I think it was reversed, wasn't it? Okay.
Tallulah's second, because Jake Shane was Tallulah's first. And you were like, they both need to get better podcasts to listen to.
Better taste in podcast, including us.
I know, right? But so my Spotify Wrapped didn't do me justice. I like to listen to music when I fall asleep at night, so sometimes it kind of plays throughout the night. So the first 2 artists were definitely reflective, which were Zach Bryan and Chappell Roan. It won't happen again. I think I'm done with Zach Bryan. Guys, I don't know. I love his music, trying to separate the art and the artist, but it's kind of hard when he's a terrible person.
Yeah, what's before we get into dancing, what's going on with him? I see him in the news quite a bit these days. What's up?
There's not even that new of an update, besides he was like verbally abusive towards his girlfriend. He didn't show the side that he was showing Brianna, and she has like videos and proof. And,
is it Brianna Chicken Fry?
Yes. And she explains all these different instances and all these different things that happened. And it's actually crazy. And he's just like insecure, I think, out of all of it. But it's just like, and he's done it to people in the past. And he offered her $12 million to shut her mouth and not come out and like say anything. So I think he's a scumbag, and she was like, I'm protecting him. Like, I didn't say half of it. And I was like, oh, she didn't even say half of it.
Snap.
I was like, that's nasty. But so Zach Bryan, then Chappell Roan. So Zach Bryan, Chappell Roan are my top 2. My top 1 first, like, most played song was Pink Pony Club.
But it's only been out a little while, right?
No, it's been out for a while. That song has been out for a while, but it came up on the rise like recently through TikTok at like the beginning of the summer. So like July, I've been listening to that song on repeat. and the rest was Zach Bryan.
Okay, I think I've only heard Pink Pony Club once.
Pink Pony Club. No, you haven't. I've definitely played it multiple times during our rides into the city. Speaking of, my dad just decided to book my surgery at the most inconvenient time of the season, holiday season, where I need my wrists to work and do things, but no.
Really? Okay, really? For months and months and months, you've been harassing me.
I know, but you tell me 2 weeks in advance that I'm going to have the surgery.
Tovah has a cyst on her wrist. So she has
They don't need the deets.
She has a wrist cyst. Our friend who we've referred to many times in this podcast, our friend John.
Get me John bleeping Winograd.
He is performing the amputation of Tovah's hand.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he books really far out, and he tried to accelerate this because you had requested it to be done sooner rather than later. So instead of waiting until next June, his assistant called me and said, hey, do you think Tovah would be available sometime within the next few weeks? I might have a couple of openings.
A couple of openings.
And then she called me yesterday and said she has one opening, and it was on a particular date. So I booked it for Tovah because she said, yeah, book it. And so I booked it. So now I book it at her request, and she's tossing me under the bus.
I'm just saying it's
jumping into the driver's
busiest
seat.
time of the year at my workplace.
Okay, and you're going to miss one day. One day.
Do you think I'll be ready to go the next day?
The last time you had the same surgery done on the opposite wrist,
I went back to school.
You drove back to school that afternoon
yeah.
for the weekend.
But I'm just nervous because I need to be able to help people put stuff on.
You will be fine, right? I mean,
I'll be fine.
She's just
dramatic.
being a drama queen, yes.
Yeah, but you know what?
Drama.
Save your drama. Save
Drama.
it. Anyway, so moving on from Spotify
Dancing.
rap, moving on from that, Dancing with the Stars. Okay, so tell me your thoughts. Final judgments.
Final judgments. I think the voting was skewed, but I think my problem with Dancing with the Stars these past few seasons is that the crossover on ABC between DWTS and The Bachelor or The Bachelorette, right? So this year they bring in Joey Grossaday, who was on The Bachelor very recently.
People love him.
People love him, and they
Bachelor Nation.
So Bachelor Nation loves him, and they bring him on, and they move right into another ABC reality show with Dancing with the Stars by bringing him onto this. But he already has the built-in Bachelor Nation that's going to be following him from The Bachelor onto Dancing with the Stars.
Because he's a star. Stars have fans.
I understand that they have fans, but it's because it's the same family, the ABC family, and there's a lot of cross-promotion during the shows between Dancing with the Stars and The Bachelor, The Bachelorette, or The Golden Bachelor, that there's so much publicity built in that focuses on The Bachelor or The Bachelorette. So I was a little bit disappointed. For those of you that don't know, Joey won. And while he was good from the very beginning, he was good from his very first dance. Mom and I said he's going to go all the way to the finals because he was that good. He had dance skills. But the problem is that throughout the seasons, not just this season, but many other seasons, the judges talk about how they want to see development, how they judge based on what they perceive to be the skill, but also the growth. And there were many more contestants on the show that grew a lot more and were still very good or ended up really, really good, like Alona Mar, who came in second.
Okay, but in the past, it's always been about the best dancer professionally.
Yeah.
Alona wasn't the best dancer.
No, but Chandler, I thought, was better than Joey.
Yeah,
that girl can dance.
Yeah, but Chandler and Joey, maybe she was a little bit better than Joey. She came out very strong. She had no improvement, but she didn't have the fan base. It is part of the fan base. They said the voting records were broken every single week. They definitely
You probably voted for Joey.
I didn't vote for anyone. It's confusing. They're like, you can vote this many times per this device. And I'm like, what? I'm like, it's just confusing. But I think that Joey, I'm not happy. Realistically, I would have liked if Alona won, but she wasn't the best dancer.
She wasn't the best dancer, but she had come the furthest.
Yeah, I do agree that Joey's last freestyle dance, he could have put a little bit more oomph in, jazz in his pants. I just thought that he was a little bit exactly.
I'm doing jazz hands right now, but I don't think that's what Tovah meant.
He's just I don't know. I thought it could have used more, and I thought Steven's freestyle was really great.
Steven's freestyle was great, but he came a long way, but he was still always a little bit stiff. He never quite loosened up.
I think he just wanted to be like perfect, and he just thought like his frame, like I don't know.
I like Chandler a lot. I thought she was a great dancer, and I thought they were unfairly harsh in the judging to her. Carrie Ann, your buddy.
She's not my buddy.
Your buddy.
She's not my buddy.
Your buddy.
No, she can't get
she
hit by
was
a bus fast. Oh, I shouldn't say that live on air.
Yeah.
Keep that in.
She was, I think, unnecessarily harsh on Chandler.
Yeah.
By saying, "Oh, we have to judge you harder because you're so good." Whatever.
Yeah,
she didn't say that to Joey. She got a thing. She's got a thing about certain people.
She's sexist. She's ageist. She's racist, maybe.
I don't know.
Although
she kept talking about representation.
Yeah, okay.
Yes, there needs to be representation, and I respect representation, but don't act the opposite. Don't say you're so thrilled that there's representation and then badmouth them because they're excellent.
Because they were at the end of it, they started priding themselves as the first black couple to make it to the finale of Dancing with the Stars.
I felt bad for Ezra.
Ezra?
Oh, Brandon. Whatever his name is.
Yeah, I did feel bad for Brandon, but Brandon's had a life. Apparently, he was on High School Musical when he was younger.
I don't remember him.
Yeah, he wasn't on it. He was an extra.
I gotta get my head in the game.
Yeah, but Alan was in Glee. He was in the choir in some of the Glee episodes.
Alan Burston?
Yeah.
Your buddy Alan?
Yes, my buddy Alan.
Tovah met Alan at one of the Dancing with the Stars tour
admit that
events.
to people.
What?
Don't admit that I went to one of those things.
You said we should go to the one that's coming around this time.
Yeah, we should. But it's different now. This is when I was high school?
I think you were 15.
No, oh my God.
Yeah.
And I had a 10 pedal.
You had a VIP pass, so you and Mom got to meet people, and you got to meet Val and Alan. And he said to you, "Tovah, that must be Hebrew, right? Because he's of the faith."
And Artem was there.
Oh, Artem, when he wasn't busy beating up Nikki Bella.
Hey, that got dropped, I think.
It did. I'm not justifying any domestic violence whatsoever. It's a scourge. I am very much anti any show or movie that focuses on or that uses domestic violence as a punchline. It's one of the reasons why I am anti-honeymooners. I can't stand that show. You wouldn't know it. It's from the 50s, and I never liked the way that Jackie Gleason spoke to his wife. Alice to the moon, and pretending he was going to punch her in the head and send her to the moon. I hated that. And I despise Men in Black, the first movie. I've never seen the others.
With Will Smith?
Yes, and Tommy Lee Jones, because part of the underlying storyline of that movie has to do with a relationship that's gone bad and the wife getting her revenge on a violent husband. And to me, it's very hard to watch. I don't know why. It resonates with me in a very bad way. So I do not approve or endorse anything like that.
Life trauma. In your previous life.
I have no idea if I ever had a previous life, although I do have visions when I sleep. I think they're called dreams.
I'm psychic or something. Because
God.
Sometimes I'll be something will pop in my head. I'll be wow, I haven't thought about that in a while. And then later that day, that will come up.
So this season, it was fine. A little disappointing. I feel badly for Ilona.
Xochitl Gomez.
Yeah, well, she was last year.
I know, but she was there.
Yeah,
representing.
I love Xochitl. She was fantastic. She deserved to win.
Who said the mirror ball was staying in the house?
Oh, because Jenna Johnson, Val's wife, was Grazide's partner. And
people probably aren't.
They probably have already
don't even care about this. Probably turned it off.
Anyway, so that's our Dancing with the Stars recap.
Yes.
Until next season on that. But
I know. Remember when they used to do one in the fall and the spring?
Yeah, I don't know what they're doing this year. If they're doing another one in the spring.
Did you hear about the healthcare guy who got shot at his hotel? What do you have to say about that?
What do I have to say? It's a tragedy.
I know, it's terrible, but they're saying it was very planned out and very thought out, and the guy ran to Central Park.
Brian Thompson is the victim, sadly, but he was the CEO of United Health Insurance. That was a tragedy. I mean, there's a lot going on in the world right now that's no good.
Yeah, but we'll give you some TV show recommendations to distract you. watch Dr. Odyssey.
Yeah, but that's not coming back on the air with new episodes until March.
Okay, but they can watch the previous episode. They can watch the season, the first
I think
season.
the first 7 or 8 episodes.
Yes, and so I believe you watch that on Hulu. Same with High Potential, starring, do you know who it is?
That's that woman from Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Yes, Dee. I don't know her real name.
Married to what's-his-name who owns the soccer team.
Yes, and I would watch The Society.
What's Society?
Society? I don't know. It's like this weird show about these high school kids who are like going on like a school trip, and they just like circle back and get off the bus, and they're like, oh, like the weather's too bad, like we're back home. And then they get home and like there are no parents anywhere, like no one's anywhere, no one's in the grocery store, like they have to like start to like run, like they have to like save their food, they have to ration it, they have to like, there are fights breaking out, someone's pregnant, and like it's just these kids basically living in their hometown without any like parents. They're running out of food, they don't know what happened, so they're just trying to figure everything out. And people have health conditions. It's a lot.
What is that broadcast on? What service?
That's Netflix.
Okay. So
That I watch during the elliptical because it sucks me in.
Okay.
If I don't have a podcast to watch.
It sucks her in. It doesn't suck, but it sucks her in.
Should we talk about Thanksgiving or save that for?
No, we can talk
next
about that, but
segment?
hold on. I want to give Eric's recommendations for television shows, which are a little bit different than yours.
It's gonna be like The Old Man. Everybody Loves Raymond.
So, okay.
Seinfeld.
So on Hulu, I recommend The Old Man, which is a new show. It's
Your
a
nickname.
Okay. Yes, it is. So I recommend The Old Man with Jeff Bridges and John Lithgow. That's an excellent show. I also recommend on Apple TV Plus, I recommend Shrinking, which Tovah rolls her eyes at.
No, I don't roll my eyes at it, but Jason Segel always has a funny look on his face. Ever since How I Met Your Mother, ever since him, I'm kind of just like, I don't know.
Yeah, no, he's good, but Harrison Ford is excellent in the show.
You have a man crush on Harrison Ford.
I do.
Did you know that his son went to Amherst College and he'd be walking around on the streets of Amherst?
I know. I'm so aggravated. I'm walking around the streets of Amherst. I never bumped into Harrison Ford and Callista Flockhart. Yeah, but he's there. There's pictures of him at Antonio's and at other shops in
Not
town.
Judy's.
No, nobody's taking shots at Judy's.
Anymore.
No, it's closed. So yeah, I suggest Shrinking on Apple TV Plus, and of course I strongly recommend The Neighborhood with Cedric the Entertainer.
No.
CBS Monday nights at 8.
Me and my mom just watched a really crazy movie called like Unfrosted.
Oh,
and
you didn't really watch it. You were more on your computer.
I didn't watch it because it actually was terrible, and I didn't want to look at the screen because it was so bad.
That was the Seinfeld movie about the development of the Pop-Tart.
But they had a million cameos. I'm not even joking.
I saw
a million. You would look up and you'd be like, "Wait, that's
Sebastian Maniscalco."
And
that's Jim Gaffigan.
I wanted
to
like,
that's Melissa McCarthy.
I wanted to watch a movie as a family, and we were like all getting ready to. And my dad goes, "Tovah, do you mind if I watch Cobra Kai on my computer?" After we already established that we were going to watch a movie as a family. And you know what? I go, yeah, never mind. I never want to watch a movie with the family. But yeah, go ahead. Watch your Cobra Kai. How offensive. And so me and my mom turned on this movie. And every single second he would look up and pause his thing and be like, "Oh, is that?" With a big smile on his face. And I was like, "No, you don't get to do that. You don't get to do that. Watch your Cobra Kai." Mm-mm.
So that was going to be my last TV show recommendation, Cobra Kai. Now, for
Cobra
those
Kai, this ass.
So, for those of you of a certain age, meaning in your like 50s,
yeah,
especially towards the later end of your 50s,
is Peyton List in that?
Yeah, she's still in
Jesse?
it. Yeah, she's still in it. And
Jesse. Ooh.
What I was going to say about Cobra Kai, though, if you're my age or roughly my age, and you were a Karate Kid fan back in the early 80s, 1983 when it came out, then you've got to pick up with Cobra Kai. It started off as a YouTube TV show, and then after the first season, it got such great pull, such great traction, that Netflix ended up buying the rights to it, and they've been broadcasting it. It's in the middle of its final season now, 6 seasons. The 6th season, which I am paying attention to now, has, I think, 15 episodes. Of the 15, the first 10 have been released. They're breaking every 5 episodes. So in July, there were 5 episodes released, and then in November, there were 5 more episodes released. And I'm telling you, is the acting tremendous? No. Is it award-winning? No. But is it fun, enjoyable, kind of mindless, and very nostalgic? Absolutely yes. I cannot say enough good things about Cobra Kai. It's hokey. It's kind of, Tovah is covering her face with embarrassment and shame that I'm that much into it.
I might ask him to cut this part out. People might look at you differently.
Why? Because I'm a big fan. If you're a fan of the original movie, the original second movie, or the original third, we don't have to get into the one with Hilary Swank, number 4, and we don't have to get into the one with Jackie Chan and Willow Smith.
The chopsticks?
Well, there's always chopsticks
Justin
involved.
Bieber, I think, sang in that song.
Okay.
I will never say never.
I'm not promoting those final 2, but I am promoting Cobra Kai, the television show. Let's move on.
Final thing, Wicked. Have we talked about Wicked since we
have not
podcasted?
No, we have not.
Okay. I dragged Nick to it. We sat in the Lux level at the theater in Pat's Place. Lux level is nothing but the dine-in theater at their normal AMC. But it was nice not to sit in those gross seats with the folk who are coughing and sneezing and potentially mumbling and singing under their breath. So it was nice to sit back, and it's 21 and plus, so no one was going to be dressed up, and no one was going to be singing, hopefully. Hopefully. No one did sing. But I surprisingly didn't have to get up to go to the bathroom or just take a breather because I can't sit still. Movie was very good. I'm going to drag my dad to see it with me.
I said I would go if you wanted
Defying gravity.
Okay, Adina.
You would love it. You would love it.
Adina Weinstein there.
Adina Weinstein.
Tovah Menzel. We've burned 26 minutes on this garbage.
Okay.
So why don't we move into our Peas Our Family segment?
Oh, my God.
And instead of telling my mattress story, this is what we call a big market tease. So stay tuned, people, next week for Eric's journey through mattresses, because Elaine and I have gone through 4 mattresses in 10 months. Tune in next week to find out why. But for now, let's talk a little bit about our Thanksgiving Day experience. We did not do Thanksgiving at home. Why don't you tell the listeners what our Thanksgiving was like?
So we went to Ken's Steakhouse. Yes, Ken's the salad dressing. So they have a restaurant in Framingham.
It's their only restaurant, and that's where back in the 40s, the salad dressing was developed, and they spun off their salad dressing company. It's still owned by the same family, but they broke them into 2 different corporations. Ken's Steakhouse, still a popular place here in Framingham after all these years.
They just renovated it,
well,
right?
they renovated, and they're adding on and renovating more.
They don't need to add on. That place is massive.
It is. It's like the Hilltop Steakhouse in Saugus, which Tovah had never been to. But Virginia City, 4 for Virginia City. For those of you from this area, you'll know what I'm talking about. But go ahead.
So we enjoyed a meal at Ken's Steakhouse. Delicious. I got the traditional turkey Thanksgiving, while other people got red meat, steak, and my mother, of course, a piece of salmon. Very out of the ordinary for her.
What about your Aunt Michelle?
Oh, yeah. She got a salad, and she brought her own bag of tofu. Was it just cold tofu?
I'm assuming it was cold because it was not coming right out of the oven.
It was in the bag, and we had been sitting there for 45 minutes at that point, or a little longer maybe.
Given our prior experiences, plain tofu, however she brought it, was probably still better than the tofurkey.
Oh yeah. Oh God. Anyway, it was quite good. It was quite delicious. I got a couple glasses of wine. There was laughing. There was dancing. There was rejoicing.
There was no dancing.
My grandma made a funny remark during one of her speeches. We can always tell who the favorite grandchild is.
I wonder who that is.
It was great. And then I went home and I made a charcuterie plate for my fam. Bam.
Yep.
And, it's not charcuterie, I guess. It's
not charcuterie.
Cheese plate.
Yeah, cheese plate.
And that was our dessert. And it was delicious. And then I did work the following day, and it was really busy in the store. Didn't you go car shopping?
Oh, yes. The next day, the most senior member of the family wanted to replace her car that's 12 years old. So she and I went to the local Honda dealership, and we struck a deal pretty quickly.
They kept an open mind, people. They did not expect to go in and walk out with a Honda CRV, but they did.
Yeah. This is the third in a row CRV for grandmother.
Let's go.
And the deal was relatively easy to put together. There was a lot of time delay and time wasting. And if anybody knows, I have a love-hate relationship with car buying. I like
love it.
I like the researching. I like getting the knowledge of how cars are priced and what's available for discounting and how dealerships operate. I don't usually enjoy wasting time. And so when I go to a dealership, I enjoy the banter because I can just give it right back to them because I know they're really just entirely out to steal as much money out of my pocket as possible. But I don't like wasting time. So in this particular case,
who does?
Your grandmother and I, she doesn't mind sitting around all day doing nothing.
No.
Oh, of course. So for those of you that know my mother, we brokered a deal within like 45 minutes. We were there, we test drove the car, came back, brokered a deal, bang. And then we sat around for another hour and a half while, we get jerked around over, waiting for this person, waiting for that person, got to drop the paperwork, got to do this, got to do that. And it was really driving us nuts. At one point in time, I got up and walked around the showroom because I was just getting a little antsy. And then my mother's walking around, and she finally caught up with the sales guy, and she said, listen, if this isn't resolved in 15 minutes, we're just canceling the deal and leaving. And so, of course, that gets people's attention. But
of course,
the long and short of it is I spent most of my Friday after Thanksgiving taking care of
business.
Taking care of business. TCOB.
Oh, shout out to the pug that won the dog competition.
Vito.
Vito
the pug.
Shout out Vito. Fans in Massachusetts.
So
I'm sure all over the country.
So grandmother is going to be getting the new car this week sometime.
Ooh.
And then I'm sure we'll be hearing about that one.
Flashy.
She has it. Yeah, very.
Apple CarPlay?
Of course it has Apple CarPlay.
Heated seats?
Of course.
Leather seats?
No, not leather, but very fancy cloth. Very unusual cloth.
Suede?
No, something. It's weird, but it's nice. Wood trim on the inside, which is kind of unusual.
Real wood? Like,
no, probably not.
Like your old car?
No, probably just simulated wood. But it's nice. It's a nice contrast inside.
My next car, I want it to be jet black with cherry seats inside. Like the cherry red. I like the red seats inside the leather. You know what I'm talking about? Like the color of your shirt. I want to be all blinged out.
I'm not wearing cherry red. I'm wearing burgundy.
I want to be blinged out, all black.
A black car with hot pink interior. Is that like the Pink Pony Club?
Pink Pony Club. Well, can you broker a deal like that? How do I get pink leather seats?
No, unless it's an option, which it usually isn't. You have to go to a shop after you've purchased it to customize it. And to me, that would just be a waste of money.
I want a Genesis.
Really? Look at you, fancy.
Electric, right? Half electric?
They make electric
hybrid.
ones,
I want a hybrid.
Okay, well, good luck. Once you have a good paying job and you're living on your own, you can get whatever you want. I'll help you broker the deal, but I ain't paying for it. Crickets. Anyway, so let's move into our Piece of Information segment.
Piece of information. Piece of information.
We need to come up with like a rap.
Piece of information.
We need more than that. Something. No. Welcome to Tovah Nation. Let's get some piece of information.
That's good.
I don't know. Okay, I got a few.
I ain't patient.
Oh, you're impatient. All right. So just got a few. These are quick. Just top of your mind. Whatever comes
I hate
off.
this.
Whatever comes out of your head first.
We need to get Grammy on here.
Okay. Favorite fruit?
Ooh. Well, I have different favorite fruits throughout the seasons.
Okay. Give me your seasonal fruit favorites.
Okay. I really like Macintosh apples in the fall. Those are good. I like strawberries. And I like blueberries and raspberries are my favorite. I would say strawberries and apples. And I eat the most banana. I eat a lot of banana.
Yeah, we all do. But what's interesting is let's talk about your history with the strawberry.
Oh, I have a history, all right. I used to be allergic. I used to swell up like Bozo the Clown, my dad said.
Her mouth would turn bright red. Her lips would get inflamed. She looked like Bozo.
Hives everywhere.
Yeah, terrible.
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 Anyway, so yeah, I used to be allergic, and then before or after I came back from Israel, I believe, because in Israel I had an allergy card, and I was on the allergy bus with people who were gluten-free, who had a peanut allergy, dietary restrictions, all that. I had an allergy card that in Hebrew it said like, "Hi, I'm allergic to strawberry, kiwi, and curry," or whatever.
Yeah.
So stupid. And then I had it in Hebrew and English on this little card that they made me carry around that I did not use once. But then when I came back from Israel, I got a blood test, and it turns out I grew out of my allergy for strawberry, but I'm still kicking around with the kiwi. I still have that allergy.
Yeah, you can't eat
and I can
kiwi.
eat curry as well. People used to tell me that you can't be allergic to curry because it's a mixture of all different spices.
Yeah, so you'd probably be allergic to one or two of the different spices.
Yeah, but I can't pinpoint those spices.
No, but we don't eat a lot of curry in the house.
I wish we ate more Indian.
I would like to, but
It's so good.
but they have stuff in their
know.
food
But-
that doesn't.
But no, they have like
work.
chickpea dishes that like seem like in whatever. We should look into it.
There's just dairy products in a lot of Indian
To hell
food.
with mom. She put in
Good
like
day.
good day.
Okay, so we got a little bit of your fruit story. What is your favorite dessert?
I love a good dirt cake. Melanie Steyer's dirt cake specifically.
Okay.
Or what is it? Dirt in
Yeah.
a cup?
No, dirt cake. That's what
I
it's
don't know. She makes the best. It's like I don't know what she puts in it. A bunch of Oreo. It's like mousse, crushed Oreo. People, you know dirt cake. Or dirt in a cup, whatever, with gummy worms. It's so good. And I can eat that all day and night. I haven't had it in a while. My mom also makes really good chocolate peanut butter squares, and those are a fan favorite.
They are a fan favorite. Okay, last question.
Also, the Milk Bar cake.
Birthday cake.
Yeah, the birthday cake. Is it funfetti flavor? The vanilla cake.
It's just their traditional birthday
It's so
cake.
good. It's not overrated. It's so good.
No, it is good. That's an excellent cake. Christina Tosi.
Yeah, we watched her. I think she had like wasn't not MasterChef. There was like some limited series on Netflix where they went over stories about like people and their bakeries /
The one
restaurants.
that David Chang maybe was in or hosted or something.
Maybe, I don't know.
Okay. Last question. I just want to immediately, what comes to your head when I ask you this? What's the favorite gift you've ever received?
Gift I've ever probably one of my American Girl dolls when I was younger.
Which one? The Just Like Me doll?
I don't think I have one of those.
Yeah, you
Favorite
did.
gift?
What are you talking about?
Favorite gift I've ever received? What? Like, gift? Franklin. Franklin is the best gift I have ever received.
He's the gift that keeps on giving.
Oh, he keeps giving, all right. Franklin.
Franklin.
He's so nice. Is he going to get a haircut soon, or he just
He just got a haircut.
He smelled like his daycare when he came home yesterday. He smells like his daycare when he comes home. And I'm like,
Because he's hanging around with his peeps all day long, you know?
are they outside playing in the snow, do you think?
Yeah, they go outside. That's why we have to send his jacket with him.
You sent his jacket?
He wears his
That's
jacket. He wears it.
Oh my!
It's cold out in the morning.
He
It's in
shows
the
up to
20s.
school in his jacket.
A lot of dogs do. He's not. In fact, they sent around an email asking that you send your dog with a coat.
No, they did.
They did.
No, they have a permanent coat. They have a permanent coat of their own. That is the stupidest thing I've ever heard. And on that note,
This has been Two Peas.
same pod. Hopefully, see you next Tuesday, people. But you know, this old man has stuff to do.
All right. Well, thank you for tuning in. See you next week.
All
All right.
Peace out, people. T-Pain out.
Thanks for listening to Two Peas, Same Pod, hosted by Eric and Tovah Weinstein. Please subscribe and join us next time as we continue to share humorous anecdotes, funny mishaps, and comical observations from our own lives.
Two Peas, Same Pod is produced by 1253 Studios, bringing always humorous and sometimes thought-provoking conversations to you through your favorite podcasting sites. Creative Content and Marketing Director Tovah Weinstein. Executive Producer and Chief Editor Eric Weinstein. Music by MBB. Find his work on YouTube by searching for MBB Music or at mbbmusic.com. Special thanks for the intro, outro, and trailer voiceover to Jordan Rich, of CBS Boston Radio and Chart Productions, providing audio and voiceover recording and production, as well as podcast production and support. Visit Jordan at chartproductions.com. Funding for Two Peas Same Pod is provided by the Law Office of Eric Weinstein and listeners like you. Please consider subscribing and supporting this podcast. Until we meet again, this was Two Peas Same Pod, a 1253 Studios production.